Welcome into High Top Sports Network here for this PIAA Class 5A quarterfinal from St. Francis College featuring the Armstrong Riverhawks, who were just announced, and the Central Mountain Wildcats. Joe Rhodes here with Josh Reckengoss, Mason Flanagan. Glad to be with you, and hope you are well wherever you may be today. A little chilly up here at St. Francis College, Josh. It was pretty nice for much of the day where we're from, and then you start kind of heading this direction and kind of climbing a little bit, and it gets a little cooler. So certainly kind of a shock, but wouldn't miss this for the world, and glad to be here with you.
Yeah, glad to be here with you too. Nice drive up to Loretto, Pennsylvania today for this PIAA Class 5A quarterfinal matchup between Armstrong and Central Mountain. And those were the Ryan Bowser State Farm starting lineups. We will pause right now for the national anthem.
Josh, you mentioned it, the Ryan Bowser State Farm starting lineups. And while I have a quick chance, I want to say something, Josh, before we get this one underway. We caught a little flack on Facebook for an ad that was up there, and I just want to remind the folks out there that people like Ryan Bowser are the reason they're able to watch these games for free without subscription, and that was on us. So, and of course, we're doing a bunch of different tasks at once as well, so we hope that forgiveness is possible in those situations and a little bit of leeway could be given. But more importantly, these sponsors, all of them, and I say this constantly, they are the reason we're able to do what we do and showcase these student athletes and the ones that you're taking time out of your day to watch and the ones we're traveling afar to cover. So whenever you think to be so critical, just remember that those are the fine people that are allowing you to watch something from wherever you may be for free. So now we got that one out of the way, Josh. Excited to be here. A big matchup between a District 6 opponent and District 7. Just the second time that the Riverhawks will face a team outside the Whitfield this season. The only time that they did face a team outside of District 7, that was Karnes City, and that came in a defeat at home. So certainly not a result that the Riverhawks would like or care to duplicate today.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more there on your initial statement, Joe. The sponsors make this product free for everybody out there, and we hope you can enjoy tuning in and watching these games. The Riverhawks going to lead it off here on this Sprankles Neighborhood Market game day. And our first inning sponsor is also Sprankles Neighborhood Market. Remember to check out their Facebook page, the hashtag SaveOnMeat. First pitch there from McKeague is a strike, Joe, to Emma Smerick.
Smerick, the leadoff, the only lefty in this lineup. We mentioned that the other day, Josh. Such a rarity. But a good lefty at that, so lucky to have her. This ball fouled down the line, it looks like, and it's going to drop foul. But on the other side, Josh McKee, the pitcher for Central Mountain, much touted, big strikeout numbers this season, and it's going to be a tall task for the Riverhawks today, although we know historically they hit fast pitching better, it seems, than those that kind of take something off and there's a ball there. Josh?
Yeah, ball outside and low there. So that makes it 1-2 on Smerrick. Quite windy up here. Tough to keep everything in front of us, Joe.
It is. People are getting lifted off their chairs here.
Yeah.
Big pitch on its way here. Smerrick lines this one. Going to get past the second baseman right here into right field for a lead-off single. So good job there by Smerrick, falling behind but kind of battling and just pulling that pitch right past the second baseman for a leadoff single, and that will bring in Emma Paul to the plate. Paul, the Spraggles Neighborhood Market Player of the Game in the first round matchup against Chartier. Here's a pitch low, and Smerrick looked like she was on her way, but throws on the brakes. So 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, hard leadoff right there. A couple really strong steps toward the bag, and then put on the brakes, as you said, Joe.
Now Smerrick's going to go. That one's low. Throw is going to be well late. And Smokey, as she's so affectionately known as around here, with a stolen base and a runner in scoring position now, Josh.
That's a Klingensmith's Neighborly Drugstore's stolen base, Joe. Thanks to Klingensmith's for their support of this broadcast. Dave Sipple and the crew down there in Ford City helping out.
Pitch on its way. Looked like Paul might have been showing bunt there briefly, Josh, but pulls back the bat.
Yeah, 3-1 the count now. Riverhawks have a runner in scoring position.
Keeg looks home, fires. Slow, took something off there, and you saw Paul kind of loading up, and that's the thing about being where we're positioned here, right almost down the first baseline, past the fencing, of course, and she was starting to kind of pick that knee up, and the ball wasn't anywhere near her. This one's going to be blooped. It's going to drop in there. Smerrick's going to round through. Nope, she's going to throw on the brakes again. Why take a chance there with no one down? So runners at the corners after Paul kind of bloops a single right over the head of the middle infielders.
Joe, that pitch lofted out there by Paul into left field on an Armstrong Indoor Athletics full count.
Not to mention the stolen base.
Yeah, Klingensmith.
Sponsorships all over the place.
That's
we thank
right.
our sponsors. That's why, as I said earlier, the folks out there get to tune in and enjoy playoff baseball. State playoff baseball, nonetheless. Timeout called as Mackenzie Egley, the senior, person my story in today's Leader Times, if you had a chance to read, I said she was going to be the key player of this game, I thought, on the Riverhawks side, the senior. She pulls the bat away. She had a bunt.
I think that was a
shown.
Did she foul that off? She must have fouled it off. Smerrick came home. I didn't know if it caught the bat, but apparently it did. So a foul ball there, big break for Central Mountain.
Yeah, exactly. And what a interesting call. They're going to actually say now that Smerrick scores.
Well, that might have hit blue because the trainer's out there.
It must have. It's hard to say. I think that might have. Here's what I think happened. And again, we're in right field, so it's really hard to see. I believe it hit off the catcher's glove and then back into blue and then deflected, as you saw, over the dugout of the Riverhawks there. So taking a heck of a kick there off of blue. I hope he's all right. Nothing certainly to laugh about, but that ball really ricocheted. And now the Riverhawks on the board here, 1-0.
Yeah, and Paul advanced to second right there. On that wild pitch, and Blue taking a second to get it together.
Yeah, that's well, while we have a chance, we're going to take a quick break here on High Top Sports Network. We'll be right back.
You got to hit transition, then it comes up.
No, it's not. It's not even here.
It's on the flash.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. Looks like Blue's all right. Smerrick coming around the score to give the Riverhawks a 1-0 lead here in the first. Starting fast are these Riverhawks, still no one down. Mackenzie Egley looks, I believe, at a strike.
They're going to say that was a ball, I think. It's not up. Yep, 2-0. Can barely see the scoreboard under the tents here.
First impression here, Josh, is McKeague having some control issues, and there's ball 3 to the number 3 hitter in the Riverhawks order, Mackenzie Egley. So not a good time against a team that will jump all over your mistakes like the Riverhawks tend to do. Swing and a miss. That one certainly with some velocity behind it. Again, we have a nice angle to see a pitch like that, Josh. As the wind picks up here, kind of blowing from the first baseline almost out to center field, kind of blowing out a little bit, I suppose. This one low in the zone, and Egley will take first base. Now runners at first and second. Still no one down, and Jenna Clance will step to the plate. Clance with Jesse Pugh in the hole, still no one down for Armstrong.
Well, McKeague, as you said, Joe, having some control issues. She starts off a ball right there. Clance barely getting a piece of that one, but
and she's going to be safe.
Wow!
She looked to go to third, did McKeague, and the wrong decision, because as a result, Clance wasn't just taking her time and just accepting the out. She booked it down the first baseline and was able to reach, so bases loaded, and McKeague seeming a little flustered. Maybe the mixture of, or the kind of the just ineffectiveness she's having right now, finding the zone, getting in her head a little bit there, and then, of course, right there, kind of just a bad mental error.
Yeah, I thought McKeague would definitely get one out of that, but and I even said advancing the runners, but that ends up with the bases loaded.
So the base is juiced, and the aforementioned Jesse Pugh stands in. Somebody you don't want to have at the plate with the bases loaded. That one's going to bounce in. Ooh, Paul was thinking. Score, but again, with no one down, no reason to take that chance.
Finally in there for a strike there to Pugh. As you said, McKeague having some control issues.
That one's back off the screen. We have a camera back there we're going to try to get for you folks. Again, when you go to a new venue like this, especially in baseball and softball, everything is so different from venue to venue, so hopefully we'll have that up here shortly for you. That one low in the zone again, so McKeague again just really struggling to find the zone. Already 21 pitches, Josh, here, and no one down.
Another Armstrong Indoor Athletics full count here. Paul delivered a base hit on the first one.
Pitch on its way. This one hit hard, and this one hit high, and that one is hit over the fence. Jesse Pugh with a grand slam, and the Riverhawks lead 5-0. It's still no one down in the first inning.
Unbelievable, Joe. She hit that into the wind, and it still cleared the fence by 30 feet. What a bomb by Jesse Pugh. She has been amazing in these playoffs.
Wow. I said it last game, Josh. I think if you had to name an MVP right now for the Riverhawks, it would have to be her for this playoff run. She really jump-started them in the very first playoff game down at Fox Chapel against Thomas Jefferson, and maybe not jump-starting her team, but certainly giving them a nice lift there with a grand slam.
And guess what? Klingensmith's home run right there, a grand salami.
Wow. And still no one down. This is the polar opposite of the start, I think, that the Central Mountain Wildcats would have preferred, Josh. Still no one down in a 5-0 lead by the Riverhawks, thanks to a grand salami, as you called it, by Jesse Pugh.
Quick start here for the Riverhawks. Not used to being the visitors. And in this game, already jumping out to a 5-0 lead on Adeline McKeague and the Central Mountain Wildcats.
That pitch in there, didn't get a chance to see it. We're trying to wind blowing everything around.
Wreaking havoc here.
Yes.
That was a strike.
That was a strike.
Just again, got to kind of crane our necks to see the scoreboard out here in center field.
As you saw, there's a mound visit there. This one hit in the air, but out of play. Foul for Cassidy Adams, number 16, junior outfielder for the Riverhawks. Still, how many times do you think this season that she's come to the plate in the first inning, Josh, with no one down?
I don't know. But 5-0, Riverhawks on top. That was a UFP mound visit. UFP Parker, one of our great sponsors here for today's game.
That one high in the zone, and Adams swings past it for strike 3. And the first out finally retired for Central Mountain here. And now the great hard-hitting sophomore will come to the plate. Shelby Cloak. Cue's pitch on its way. Outside, ball 1. So really control issues the story here so far for the standout pitcher of the Wildcats. Again, Josh, you had some numbers on her strikeouts, just very gaudy numbers.
Well, I got them from your story, actually. You did the research. 147 strikeouts for Adeline McKeague in 101 innings pitched. So, you know, more than a strikeout per inning, about 1.5 per inning.
And really velocity, the name of the game for her. And that's part of my story. Did kind of say two different pitchers. Not that Cameron Sprankle can't rear up and blow it by people, but, you know, she can really mix in pitches well. She kind of takes something off at times, and that's really her strength, where McKeague, she just wants to blow it by you.
She certainly does, and having some trouble, especially with that fastball to Jessie Pugh. Starting to ramp up the velocity a little bit right now is Adeline McKeague. Two and one on Cloak here.
2-2 after that. Ball is high in the zone. So, still just one down. Cloak stands in. 2-2 count. 5 runners already touched home for the Riverhawks, and a swing and a miss. So a good job there by the Central Mountain head coach. He came out and kind of settled his pitcher down, and since then she struck out 2 consecutive after that grand slam by Pugh. So maybe calming the nerves a little bit, and doing so just at the right time, because this Riverhawks team, I like to say, can score in bunches. When you let them gain momentum, they will not let you have it back. This one high. 4-1 for Bella Atherton, the Riverhawks catcher. If you're just tuning in, that one making Atherton have to do a little jump rope maneuver there. But if you're just tuning in and you think that that score atop your screen is incorrect, you are wrong. A run scored, and then that was followed by a grand slam by Jessie Pugh.
Yes, Merrick scored on that wild pitch that hit the umpire. Riverhawks were able to load the bases. That little dribbler by Jenna Clance, McKeague didn't get an out, which loaded the bases, and then Pugh unloaded them.
And a swing and a miss by Atherton. So McKeague looking a lot better ever since that meeting, as I mentioned, Josh. Seems like it calmed her nerves. And she's just finding the zone frequently now. That one looked like a changeup in the grass, or in the. I was going to say the dirt. It's such a.
I always think that too.
A term that I don't know whether or not we should be using anymore, but for the sake of old-fashioned terminology, I'll say it was in the dirt for a ball. This is a turf field. This one hit high and out of play. Atherton staying alive here. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's a full count.
Yeah, Armstrong Indoor Athletics. That's 3 so far in this first inning for AIA's full count. Great sponsorship.
McKeague now with the payoff pitch on its way in the dirt and another walk. So very patient at bat there by Atherton to keep this inning going. And McKeague slapping her glove off her thigh there, and you can tell she's still a little frustrated, and you can't really blame her for how this first inning has gone thus far. As Atherton stands at first, and now the Armstrong pitcher Cameron Sprankle with a rare first inning at bat.
Yeah. You know, McKeague's next pitch, Joe, will be her 40th of this first inning. It's a lot of work coming out here in the top half of the first.
It certainly is, and the pitch limit is not something that, pitching concerns or number of pitches isn't something you typically worry about with a pitcher, but I know she's battled some injuries this season, and not really sure what the nature of those were, but you don't want to have her laboring too much, and I wonder if one of those rare instances that the pitch count could become an issue. As she throws a pitch in there for a ball. This is still on its way, and tag, and a nice job there by the shortstop to hold on to that one as she applied the tag. It looked like it was about to be jarred loose, but able to apply it on the shoulder of the base runner, the runner for Atherton. I think that was Olivia Yancey. So that will conclude the first inning, but a big one for the Riverhawks as they get 5. One on that wild pitch that Josh mentioned, and then a grand slam by Jesse Pugh. And now the Wildcats will come to bat here in the bottom of the first on High Top Sports Network on this Sprankles Neighborhood Game Day. For Mason Flanagan, for Josh Reckengoss and myself, Joe Rhodes, we'll be right back. They're not on there. So let's try to at least get the whatchamacallit. No, it's not added.
It's on the flash drive.
Yeah, we gotta add it. But here, I'm gonna try to get this back, this view up here. So, okay, so you go into Wi-Fi if this happens again. How about that grand slam? Yes, I love you, Jess. Wait. Oh, which one is this?
That's,
Is it which one? Wait. No internet? Wait, it's connected. So wait. Oh, it's connecting to your... Okay, so yeah, you can turn that off. Do you turn it off? Okay, so then you can... Yeah. So look, then you click that app down there, and then you push play. It should come up. Boom. Then double tap here to get that away. And that should be over here in your...
Sweet.
Alright, transitioning back. Right. No.
It's Sprankles.
I'm going to transition. Go ahead. And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. Bottom of the first inning upon us, and our first inning sponsor today, the one and only Sprankles Neighborhood Market. Hashtag save on the meats.
Well, that's adding a couple of extra letters to the actual hashtag. The meats.
The meats. So I can't say he has the meats.
Oh, he does have the meats, trust me. I have seen the meat case there numerous times. Sprankle's a fantastic sponsor throughout several seasons with High Top Sports Network. Certainly jumping on board here during the state playoffs.
So now Cameron Sprankle will take the mound for Armstrong with a 5-0 cushion. It's got to give her some confidence as her first pitch is in there for a ball. Batter is number 7 for the Wildcats. That is Caitlin Watson. Her typical leadoff spot. I got a chance to watch one of their games last night in preparation for this one, and Watson now looks at a strike.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. Didn't mean to step on you there. But Watson made a nice play on that tag of Yancey on the stolen base to end the Armstrong top half of the first.
Yeah, young team for the most part. Went in there for a strike. Heading the count now. 2-1 is Cameron Sprankle. But young team for the most part, but so are the Riverhawks. You look at they're losing a couple seniors this season, but really one of which is a consistent batter. And there's a strikeout by Sprankle, swing and a miss. But back to my point, Josh, only one really starts at both sides, both defensively and at the plate. We know that Nicole Benvenuti is typically just at second base, and a heck of a second baseman at that. But this a lot of similarities between these teams, a lot of parallels. A young pitcher out there, and obviously the future's bright for both of these programs as the first pitch by Sprankle painting there for a strike. It's number number 6, Josh, at the plate, Allison Lininger. Just a bit high. Ball 1.
Lininger with some pretty good numbers here, Joe. 395 on the year, 32 hits, tops on the team.
And missing there for ball 2 was Sprankle. Able to hold off as Lininger for ball 3, so patience shown by the senior. You mentioned some younger players. Lininger, one of the seniors on this team. That one called a strike. A late call by Blue. And this one hit deep. It's going to one-hop the fence. Gathered in by Adams, and she'll get it in quickly, and that will limit Lininger to a double. But boy, oh boy, almost able to get that one out of the park.
Yeah, good contact the other way by Lininger. Going into that right center field gap, just hit the base of the fence, Joe. A couple more feet, that would have been out of here.
So a couple of good swings being shown here so far. By both teams. Here's another one. This one has a chance. Cassidy Adams up against the fence. She gets it! She grabs it! What a catch by Adams at the fence! That was going to be a home run, I do believe, Josh.
Wow. Talk about a Gold Glove caliber play in center field by Cassidy Adams.
Wow.
Goes up, gets the hand up over the top of the railing, brings it back. I don't know if Lininger left early. The Armstrong fans are screaming to appeal it, but everybody on our left is saying that she left early, but
people on our right not.
Yeah, definitely not. We are
splitting.
We're in between.
We're the keepers of the peace. But
what a
wow.
play.
Yeah,
what a play.
She had an excellent play again in that first playoff game down at Fox Chapel. So here's a ball drilled, and this one, no chance. That's gone. Wow. That one was given a ride. First pitch, number 12, Madison Hardy just hitting that one on a line. Josh, that had to have been no more than 15 feet off the ground the entire way.
Well, some heavy contact against Sprankle. The last 3 batters. Lininger with that double off the base of the wall. Then Adams takes away a home run, and then just an absolute laser beam out of here by Madison Hardy. So on the board now, 5-2.
Home run sponsor, Josh, getting a lot of love today.
Yeah, already a couple. And that home run sponsor is, of course, Klingensmith's Neighborly Drugstores. In business for 82 years, serving the fine people of Armstrong and Clarion counties.
Can't forget Clarion County.
That's what I said, Armstrong and Clarion County.
I knew you said it. I was just making a statement. We're more familiar with Armstrong County,
That's
so
true.
Folks out there. This one ripped hard, stabbed, thrown by Paul. What a throw, but just a bit late. Wow. The defense just being showcased today. Really nothing more Paul could have done there. Threw her glove at it, threw across her body. Again, we've seen her do that a couple times over the playoffs so far, and gave it all she had, but just a speedy job by Madison Wyan.
Yeah, Madison Wyan getting down the line. Talk about a glove. Emma Paul made that dazzling play against Chartiers Valley to end the game. Similar hard hit ball into the hole, came up firing. Pugh picked it just a half a step late. I believe this is Burrows coming up to the plate here. Kelsey Burrows, the junior.
Pitch on its way outside. Five to 2. Armstrong scoring 5, and there's Benvenuti with a little basket catch for the out. So a couple runners left stranded, but the Wildcats able to do some damage of their own, putting 2 on the board thanks to a home run by, it wasn't Lineker. Lineker was on base, I do believe. Was that Madison Hardy who drilled that one out of here and brought it down to a 3-point Armstrong lead here on this Sprankles neighborhood game day on High Top Sports Network. So we're going to stop and thank a couple of our good friends here who have made today possible on HTSN.
Yeah, our second inning sponsor today, TGIF Solutions, is the home of the Shellhammer Atwood Agency, the Brad Johnson Agency, the Vody Agency, and McMahon Brothers Insurance, and can assist you and your loved ones with any insurance need, big or small. Located at 331 Arthur Street in West Katanning, TGIF Solutions specializes in all types of insurance: auto, home, family, business, farm, and commercial. Visit tgif.solutions. TGIF Solutions, insurance for what matters. TGIF Solutions has been a great sponsor to High Top Sports Network throughout our existence, so many thanks to them. And as mentioned, our second inning sponsor, all the fine folks there, Colby, Brett, and all the ladies in the office, thanks to them for once again jumping on board.
Yeah, insurance for what matters, not what doesn't. Swing and a miss, first pitch here of the second inning. Blown past the batter for the Riverhawks. That is number 27. Cameron
Sprankle, yeah.
Yeah, she was thrown, or the last inning was ended on a throw out of Yancey. So Sprankle with new life at the plate. 5-2 the score. Key blast that one in and fouled back towards the screen.
And got a close-up of the Central Mountain catcher right there, number 33, Gracie Saar, coming back to pick up that foul ball off the screen.
0-2 the count. 2 Cameron Sprankle pitcher-on-pitcher matchup here. Pitch on its way low, and Sprankle able to hold back on the swing. Cameron Sprankle, the final batter in the Armstrong order. I was going to say that not everybody in the order came to the plate in that high-scoring first, but she was. She was just she was allowed to bat again since the runner was thrown out trying to steal second base to end the first inning, Josh.
Yeah, great throw and tag, holding on to that tag, as we mentioned, down there at shortstop, Caitlin Watson.
Fouled again, and good job battling was Sprankle, or is Sprankle rather.
Yeah, she's taking some healthy cuts in there, fighting off these fastballs from McGeek. 2-2 now the count.
Pitch on its way, and a swing and a miss, so despite Sprankle's resistance, McGeek able to blow that one by her for out number 1. That'll bring the Riverhawks back to the top of the order, and lefty Emma Smerick, who had a line drive past the second baseman in the first inning to get things started. One of the 5 Riverhawks to score in that first inning.
Yeah, she didn't get to walk around the bases, though, like a couple of them did. She stole that second base, advanced on Paul's single, and then scored on a wild pitch.
First pitch in there for a ball. Smerick also with a steal during the first inning. On the scamper down to second base. Looks at ball 2. Again, we apologize for the wind. It is chilly up here in Loretto, PA. Josh had to go get me a shirt at Dollar General.
Nope, Family Dollar.
Oh, Family Dollar, excuse me.
They didn't have one at Dollar General, only shorts and T-shirts.
High fly ball out to left field, but able to camp under it was the left fielder, Sophie Mitchell, for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down for the Riverhawks here in the second inning. But yeah, I like to think I'm styling and profiling, Josh.
That's right.
With this,
like Ric Flair.
Yes, very much so.
You give us a woo.
Woo.
That's not how Ric Flair does it. Come on.
I don't know if people out there would appreciate me wooing right now.
Well, it is cold enough to woo. Maybe that'll warm us up.
Yeah, right. Pitch on its way high for ball 1 to Emma Paul. Paul also reaching in the first inning. Josh?
Yeah, that base hit just lofted over the shortstop, Watson. And I was going to say McKee really settled in since that home run and the mound visit, as you mentioned, Joe, from head coach Fred Caldwell.
Caldwell, I think he's been there since the last 3 years. I think 2018 was his first season, 18-19, whatever that was. I think both he and Coach Flanders on the Armstrong side, both the same tenured amount. Paul in the driver's seat now, 3-0 the count. He able to fire in a strike there to avoid giving the free pass to Emma Paul. Much like the batter in front of her, Emma Smerrick, a threat to steal. You don't want to give her a free base, which she just did with that ball out of the zone. So Paul will scamper down to first, and that will bring the number 3 batter, Mackenzie Egley, to the plate.
I should have bought myself. I have long sleeves on. I should have bought myself a shirt.
Now, I feel bad. Mason's got a short sleeve on next to me. I feel like I got to give him like a little bear hug here, keep him warm. He goes, "No, I'm good."
Yeah.
No hesitation there.
He doesn't need our body heat to keep him warm.
Yeah.
He quickly.
This one blooped up, and it's going to be a play for the second baseman, and she's able to gather that one in. It was Haley Peters grabbing the third and final out, and so the Wildcats, big bounce back inning there, able to go through just 4 batters on the Armstrong side of things and avoid any more damage being done as they trail by 3, score Armstrong 5, and the Central Mountain Wildcats 2. Josh?
Joe, we'd like to thank one of another plethora of fantastic sponsors here on High Top Sports Network, UFP Parker LLC, and they are a manufacturer of wood products which are key to everyday life, but more importantly than that, they provide a fantastic work environment for their employees. They offer a comprehensive benefit package as well as profit-sharing bonuses and other perks. UFP Parker is a small-town company with global connections. They proudly promote from within to develop dream careers in production, sales, design, transportation, and management. They also have a degree program so you can earn your degree as you work there. To find a career option you can build upon, visit ufpi.com/careers.
If this whole broadcasting thing doesn't work out for me, I'll just go back to school at UFP.
Yeah, that's right. Pick up another degree.
Yeah. So now the bottom half of the second inning upon us here in Laredo, PA. Wildcats able to kind of punch back a little bit after Armstrong scored 5 in the top of the first inning. They scored 2 in response. Now only faced 4 batters in the top of the second inning, and now they have a crack at it. Pitch in there for a strike by Cameron Sprankle. The batter for the Wildcats, I had a number of swings and misses that one. It was number 2 at the plate, who's now behind 0-2, is Sophie Mitchell. Thought she already batted.
That's what they have on the game changer here, Joe. And I think it is Sophie Mitchell up there at the plate.
Okay. Mitchell able to stay alive, getting a piece of that one, but still behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Mitchell, the first batter of this second inning for Central Mountain, the District 6 champion. That one a ball, very close. But I guess you could say that they're not just the champions of District 6, Josh, the champions of District 6, 9, and I think
8
or 5, something
There's
like
a bunch.
But yeah, there are obviously not a lot of big schools in District 6. I'm a District 6 alum myself. I know this, and so they have to combine a couple districts together once you get to the district playoffs.
Wow.
In order to decide have like a really substantial bracket and then have a legitimate team be entered into the state playoffs. And they were that team this year. This little, excuse me, check swing there by Mitchell. Count remains, no balls and 2 strikes.
Well, our friends over there on the Central Mountain radio broadcast just lost a hat. This wind is really picking up.
Yeah, I'm Getting a little chilly here. I might put the old arms in the sleeves and pull that maneuver here. Low in the zone for a ball. Good job by Mitchell to battle here and challenge Sprankle, make her throw some pitches. 3-2 the count. And a swing and a miss, a lunging swing, and Sprankle able to retire the leadoff batter here to begin things in the top of the second, or bottom of the second.
On that Armstrong Indoor Athletics full count, Sprankle delivers the change. Mitchell way out in front of that one, strike 3.
Wind picking back up again, and everybody with the same expression on their face. Why is it cold, this cold in June?
Who ordered this wind? I'll tell you.
I want to talk to that guy.
He and I are going to have words.
First pitch in there, a strike. The little pitcher-on-pitcher matchup now is McKeague stands in against Cameron Sprankle. That one a ball, evens the count 1-1. Pitch on its way. McKeague a little late on the swing and really tried to load up on it. And fouls it back behind the netting, as you can see on your screen. Typically, we like to maneuver it through the old chain link like most fields have, but not that option today. We had to just set our camera back there and hope for the best.
Look at those clouds on that view. Unbelievable. Great day.
Hit slowly. English on it. That was some weird play. It flipped backwards, but off the glove at the first baseman. Maybe a little more time than she thought she had. But if you saw that ball, it literally just died with that backwards momentum it had on it, and made it a little more difficult as McKeague reaches on the very odd play.
I'll tell you what, that looked like one of those trick shots that you see whenever the ESPN2 usually televises the billiards contest.
I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, man. That was spinning crazy right there off the end of McKeague's bat.
Yeah, you almost saw Sprankle not even try to contest it at first. It seemed like she kind of gave up on it, knowing it was going to get past her. And then when she saw that it started spinning backwards like it did, then she re-engaged on getting the ball. But certainly one of the more stranger plays I've seen in terms of just how much that ball spun backwards, Josh. Now, one down, runner at first base, and it is number 33 stepping to the plate. That, of course, is Gracie Saar.
Yeah, the catcher for these Wildcats. Getting in a bat right here against Sprankle with a runner on first. I believe it's a courtesy runner. Hannah Stiers came in to run.
And they really want to try to get, the courtesy runner you just mentioned there, Josh, number 36. That is not Jerome Bettis, folks. That is Hannah Stiers, as you said, Josh.
A little bit different body types.
Yeah, similar, but not. But yeah, every time I see 36, it's the first thing that comes to mind.
I know. I mean, a lot of my, and I'm giving this information away for free, but I changed them all. But a lot of my early internet passwords had a 36 in them.
If you're trying to break into Josh's Hotmail from 10 years ago.
If you're looking to get into my AOL account.
Sprankle now got to have the count at 2 balls, 1 strike, 2. This one hit, but a foul. This one coming back into place. We've seen some interesting spin on the ball here today. The ball's weighted on a certain side or something.
Yeah. Well, Saar showed bunt, pulled it back, and then just kind of slapped it towards Pugh at first base. Just foul.
I guess that's a maneuver where it's almost like a bunt, and if you do foul it off, you probably won't get necessarily called out if you do foul it off, obviously as you would with a bunt. Low in the zone, and not able to get that call.
Just missed right there. Sprankle trying to get the knees.
Get another full count, Josh.
And Armstrong Indoor Athletics, our full count sponsor today. State-of-the-art softball and baseball training facility in Katanning.
This one ripped, but foul.
Go to AIA.team And you can reserve batting cage or bullpen lane rentals
I should just do that someday.
at Armstrong Indoor
I
Athletics.
said I need to see if Pete can help fix my golf swing. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Pitch on its way, swing and a miss, and Sprankle able to retire Saar after the lengthy at bat. Looked like her intention coming up to the plate originally, Josh, was to try to bunt the runner over, but unable to do so. And then when she got in the hole and had 2 strikes against her, then had to kind of swing away, and Sprankle able to take advantage of that and get the second out here of inning number 2.
Looks like we've turned the lineup over here. Caitlin Watson coming back up to the plate for her second at bat. She's 0 for 1 today.
Watson looks at ball 1. Pitch on its way. Low in the zone. Good scoop there by Atherton.
Little change up right there, and see a couple of raindrops, Joe.
I don't like those.
Nope, we got a lot of electronics out, uncovered.
That we do. Maybe those nice people back behind the home plate would let us maybe put our camera in there, because it is not covered as it stands. Do we have an umbrella even?
I don't believe so.
Count now, 3-0. To number 7, who takes ball 4. That was Caitlin Watson, the leadoff batter, as you mentioned, Josh. Now, second batter in the order comes to the plate, and that's Allison Lininger, who came around to score on that home run, I do believe, in the first inning.
Yes, she did, and she hit that double right off the base of the fence out here in right center field to get the Wildcats started in the first. So there was solid contact through the middle of that order for Central Mountain first time through. See what Sprankle can do with Lininger right here.
Interesting to see how she faces this part of the order. Wildcats certainly had some success getting some good wood on the ball, or in this case aluminum, in the first inning. Nice job there by Atherton, reaching out and grabbing that one, which was, of course, a ball. So 1-0 the count. And Lininger at the plate with 2 down and a runner at first base in the bottom of inning number 2. Low, but strike called. 1-1.
Good location right there by Sprankle. If she can keep it right there, that's a hard pitch for a right-handed hitter to handle inside at the knees.
That one called a strike. Good placement on that one. Now, just 1 strike away from ending this second inning.
Got a little Armstrong fan over here checking us out.
This one drilled toward Pugh. She's going to gather it in. Step on the bag for out number 3. So no damage done, and a runner left stranded at first for the Wildcats. As we head into the third inning, and the Riverhawks lead this PIAA Class 5A quarterfinal on a Sprankle's Neighborhood Market game day by a score of 5-2.
And as we head to the third inning, guess who our third inning sponsor is today? Steffi's Country Catering.
Oh, man.
We love Terry. I know he's tuning in today. I asked him if he was going to make the drive up here, and he said, nope, I'll be tuning in. He has office hours today. So make sure you get your orders in to Steffi's Country Catering for this weekend's Sunday takeout specials. Summer is here, and be sure to choose Steffi's Country Catering for all of your graduation party or outdoor events. And be sure to serve your guests the best home-cooked food around. Steffi's Country Catering specializes in affordable catering for all events, big or small. Make it a point to check out their weekly Sunday takeout specials, as I just mentioned. Always good stuff. And remember, Sugar Rush Cupcakes by Tara are available by order. And, Joe, I got to have a couple of those this past weekend because my mother out at Union First Presbyterian Church ordered some for a little recognition of our 50-year members. So
jealous.
Fantastic as always. Crushed about 3 of them as soon as she got home.
Very jealous.
Call Terry at 724-548-5047 or check them out on Facebook. Steffi's Country Catering.
Delicioso, as the people from Spain say.
Delicioso.
Yeah.
I like it.
Or is that Italian? I'm not sure. But
No.
Either way, it means it's good, and it is good. So check them out today. Graduation parties, as Josh said, and different summer events. Terry's your go-to guy.
Yeah, a lot of weddings in the summertime, of course. Terry can slick you up, as we say in the Adrian Cowansville metropolis.
So now ahead in the count is McHugh as she faces number 25, Jenna Klontz. Jenna's going to try to beat this one out like she did in the first inning, but this time she is erased after the throw is in time for out number 1.
I don't know if you caught this, Joe, but I think Klontz knew there was a changeup coming right there. She shifted her feet in the batter's box and tried to slap it to the right side. Just didn't get much on it. So an out recorded there by McKee, getting through the cleanup hitter here to start the Armstrong third.
Now it'll be Pugh who hit that grand slam in the first, and she tries to motor down the baseline, but is retired as well. And a nice throw by the shortstop, Caitlin Watson, for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for the Wildcats, and I bet you that's something they would really like to have. Just get back in the batter's box as soon as possible. Trying to keep chipping away at the Riverhawks lead, which is 3. A little butt laid down, and this one's going to be a bunt single by Cassidy Adams. A nice play there, well executed, and that will extend this inning. And maybe that was a part of the philosophy there. You don't want to just end this inning very quickly. You kind of want to make the Wildcats play the field a little bit longer and not let them get back into the dugout quickly. So a good job there by Adams to avoid that.
Yeah, breaking it up a little bit. You know, that 1-2-3 inning, that can give you a lot of momentum as a team. Just go out there, retire the team, come back in, ready to hit again. You know, it can really fire you up. Great call by you as Adams lays down the bunt. Coach Flanders playing a little small ball, trying to extend this inning.
Meanwhile, Cloak looks at strike 1. Very low in the zone was that last pitch, but called a strike nonetheless. And then she sees ball 1. You mentioned she's the DH. I believe, or DP, is it?
Designated player, designated hitter. I don't know.
Either or, but filling in for last year's lone senior, Riley Kilgore, is now the bookkeeper or the scorekeeper for the Riverhawks. Saw her before the game. Her dad, of course, standing at first base, the team's first base coach. Glenn?
Got a birthday win on Monday, did Coach Kilgore.
Ball hit high. And that's going to be out of play, so the count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes against Shelby Cloak. Got a runner at first base. Got the first 2 batters, both Jenna Klontz and Jessie Pugh, retired very quickly, so Riverhawks trying to kind of slow things down here now. Make McHugh throw some more pitches. Threw over 40 in that first inning. That one high for ball 2. Up once again. I don't have to tell you that. You can probably hear it coming through our mics. And when it comes, it is bone chilling. There's a pitch right down the Broadway, but past Cloak for out number 3. So Riverhawks leave a runner stranded of their own, and the score remains Armstrong 5 and the Central Mountain Wildcats 2 on this Sprankles Neighborhood Market game day. Josh?
Joe, let's shout out Phoenix Physical Therapy, Katanning and Rural Valley. Life is all about motion, so orthopedic injuries are just a part of life. Phoenix Physical Therapy, Rural Valley, and Katanning will help you recover, recharge, and rise to new heights after an injury by creating a program focused on you. Your life should be pain-free and filled with activities that you love, and with help from Phoenix, you can get there. Schedule 24/7 online, phoenixphysicaltherapy.com, or call them to make your appointment today. Brian Brooks in Rural Valley, Damon Fermani in Katanning, great guys. Always keen to throw a sponsorship our way.
Yeah, and very appreciative of all of our sponsors, certainly. Mr. Brooks, big supporter of High Top Sports Network dating back to our first year in 2020. People are like, oh, what are you doing starting a business like that in a pandemic? And he said, well, people need to be able to see games wherever they may be and be able to see the action. And I got the response, well, do you think it'll still be useful whenever the pandemic's over? And by the looks of it, you have a bunch of you on here today, and I'm glad to see that, and really proud to be bringing you the action wherever you may be today. As Sprankle fires in a strike to begin the bottom of this third inning. A flurry of runs in the first team, 7 between the both clubs, and none since.
This is the third baseman, Harley Coons, at the plate for the Wildcats.
Just trying to make sure we were thanking our third inning sponsor. Josh?
Yeah, Steffi's Country Catering.
Of course. Sprankle now. The count 0-2.
Could go for a handball right now.
Oof. Don't talk like that.
I know.
I'll be heading to Adrian after this if that's the case. Can't get there quick enough because we're obviously in Loretto, PA. Interesting venue. And as I mentioned in my story, today's Leader Times, this is where the District 6 Championship was played just 9 days ago. So these Wildcats, very familiar with it. Here's Ben Venuti. He's going to be able to get over and catch that one to retire Harley Coons.
Yeah, Ben Venuti, very sure glove out there at second base. That little pop-up just ranging over toward the first base line. Snagged it. One away.
And Hardy comes to the plate, the player responsible for the 2 runs on the Central Mountain side of the ledger. That 2-run home run, a dart. They got out of here in a hurry. She looks at strike 1. This one hit up in the air, but out of play. I think a lot of foul balls are going to that area.
Yeah.
I think I'm noticing it because it's kind of directly in front of our vantage point, but Todd Harvey getting a lot of souvenirs over there. Athletic director and head trainer at Armstrong Junior Senior High School.
The Iceman tracking him down.
Pitch by Sprankle. A bit outside, just barely. Runs the count to 1-2. To Hardy, who, again, had a 2-run home run in her first at bat. A laser beam. Check swing and strike 3, looking the backwards K, I think, because they're going to say she held her swing, but doesn't matter. The pitch was over the zone, or in the zone, for strike 3. So nice job there by Sprankle to retire the batter who got the better of her in the first go-around.
And that is a Klingensmith's Neighborly Drugstore's backwards K.
K stands for count it.
Phonetically, of course it does. Hey, Klingensmith, not a big box pharmacy at all. They provide hometown care, treat you like one of the family, and they also offer home delivery of your medications. That's Klingensmith's Neighborly Drugstores.
A sophomore Madison Wyan looks at a strike and then swings past that pitch. Little trickery there by Sprankle. Took something off and got Wyan off balance, so she's now ahead. Is Cameron Sprankle 0-2? Or excuse me, 1-1. I apologize. Can't even count to 2 these days. That pitch just a bit outside for ball 2, so now 2-1. Wyan 1 for 1 today so far. Sprankle trying to end this inning. 2 down.
That was pretty close. Atherton tried the frame job right there, but
Yeah, didn't. You'll see Atherton sometimes pause a little bit longer when she does that to really, kind of emphasize, hey, this is where the ball is, but that time kind of getting it back quickly, and that's a strike in there. So count now full. A lot of those today, Josh.
yeah, Klingensmith's. Oh, excuse me. Armstrong Indoor Athletics, full count.
The old AIA athletics, or AIA full count. Pitch on its way, and a walk. Wow. That was as close as you can get without your eyes getting wet. And a inning will continue as Wyan now stands at first base, and the batter, number 20, Kelsey Burrows, I believe it is. Josh, is that correct?
You are correct, sir. The junior for these Wildcats up there at the plate. Seen both these pitchers really kind of settle in after that first inning. See if Sprankle can make her way through this third.
This one fouled back almost right towards where our camera is. We might have to move that one back a little bit.
It's close.
Yeah, for some reason it's not working right now either. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, I had to repeat our password. Now everybody knows.
It's not Jerome Bettis 36.
No, it's not. Pitch on its way outside. Oh, I thought Atherton was going to throw down to first. There's a wandering Madison Wyan. Looked like she might have been wandering a little too far.
I just caught a ray of sunshine very briefly, and it felt so good. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by Sprankle to get the strike on Kelsey Burrows.
The count now 2-2 with 2 down. And the pitch, this one blooped, but Benvenuti right there once again for out number 3. So another scoreless frame. We've had now 4 half innings that have not featured a run after the first inning was full of them. So we will head to the top of the 4th inning with the Riverhawks leading the Wildcats by a score of 5-2 here on High Top Sports Network.
Our 4th inning sponsor today on the broadcast is Ryan Bowser State Farm. Ryan Bowser is a licensed insurance agent located at 1422 5th Avenue in Ford City and can help you with everything insurance. While State Farm is the largest auto insurer in the country, the experienced staff at Ryan Bowser State Farm can assist you with several other products such as renters, homeowners, business, life, health, even pet insurance. Ryan Bowser State Farm offers banking services and can help you insure your personal valuables like jewelry, sports memorabilia, or other personal treasures which may not be covered under your homeowner's or renter's policy. Call Ryan Bowser at 724-763-9331 or visit him online at ryanbowsersf.com for a free quote today.
Top of the 4th inning, and first pitch in there by McHugh, in there for a strike. Batter, this is Atherton, if I'm not mistaken, Josh? Yes, number 14. Armstrong catcher looks at that one, and it is outside for ball 1.
McKeague up to 68 pitches right now.
Wow, that was after 40 in one inning.
I think she had 44.
Atherton lining that one sharply down the third base line, but out of play.
I was just going to say, Joe, she has settled down nicely after that rough first inning. 4 strikeouts for McKeague. Scattered 5 hits, most of them coming in the first inning.
This one blooped up, and taking a look was the catcher, but it'll drop or a foul. So McKeague had to count 1 ball, 2 strikes, but Atherton staying alive. McKeague really settling in, as Josh said a moment ago, after that first inning where Riverhawks were just pouncing all over. And that one called a strike. That was a low pitch, but the strike granted in backwards K. As a result, now Cameron Sprankle will come to the plate. So 1 down, and Sprankle takes a strike. Both pitches certainly borderline, to say the least. And Sprankle contacted. The shortstop will drift back right beyond the infield ends and retire the Armstrong pitcher for 2 quick outs. The shortstop there, of course, Caitlin Watson. Now Emma Smerick, the leadoff hitter, will come to the plate. Smerick 0 for 4 I say, I was reading 0 for 1. That's not correct. She's, I think, 1 for 2, and that is correct. She looks at strike 1. So the theme here is McKeague first pitch strikes in this inning. Well, there's 2 of those against Atherton and Sprankle, quite questionable. And that one called a strike, too. And Armstrong faithful not appreciating these. And Smerek slaps this one up the middle. It's after 2 really tough calls. Smerek just says, I'm going to swing even if it's a little bit high and maybe out of the zone, and slaps it up the middle for a single, so extending this inning and bringing Emma Paul to the plate with 2 down. Armstrong dugout chanting E. Paul as Smerek. Oh, Smerek living dangerously there. She was a good 10, 12 feet off the bag, and the catcher not thrown down. She didn't want to risk Smerek then running to second, and now this one stopped, or thrown down to first, excuse me, and grabbed by the first baseman. But Smerek in there safely. Count 2-0 to Emma Paul, and she'll foul that one back, so the count now 2-1. Paul 1 for 1 today. That bloop single in the first, her lone hit. Madeline McKeague with a tough first inning, but really rebounding here ever since. And Smerek sliding in there for the stolen base. And stolen base, thanks to Kling & Smith's Drugstore. Smerek with her second such Kling & Smith Drugstore still, but there's Paul with another ball hit almost exactly where Sprankle hit hers a moment ago, to the shortstop right at the edge of the dirt for out number 3. So another quick inning for the Riverhawks. 4 batters, I think, coming to the plate there in total, and no runs to speak of for the Riverhawks. So it'll be the bottom of the 4th, and the Central Mountain Wildcats will get their crack at things, trailing by 3 here on this Sprankle's Neighborhood Market game day on High Top Sports Network. And I want to take an opportunity to thank another one of our sponsors, and that, of course, is today's, I was going to say today's 4th inning sponsor, but this is the middle of the 4th. And that is, who is our 4th inning sponsor? I apologize, Mason. Ryan Bowser, our man and my man. Ryan Bowser is a licensed insurance agent, and if you watched our last game, I'm sure you already know that. You all let us know that quite well. But Ryan is an insurance agent located at 1422 5th Avenue in Ford City. He can help you with all your insurance needs. While State Farm is the largest auto insurance provider in the nation, the experienced staff at Ryan Bowser State Farm can assist you with several other products and can help you and your family secure the best possible insurance solution. So call Ryan in Ford City today. Bottom of the 4th inning. Sprankle back out for the Riverhawks and fires in a pitch that was identical to the one that was thrown last inning and called a strike. Maybe a little bit outside on this one, but certainly it seems like a different strike zone today, depending on who is on the mound. This one low ball 2. Mitchell at the plate. She's 0 for 1. Sprankle now up to 65 pitches. This one out of the zone, so 0-3 hole by Sprankle against the leadoff hitter. Armstrong with 6 hits, just 3 for Central Mountain. Seemed like that first inning was going to lead to a scoring spree. Not the case since. It's been rather quiet. We had some traffic on the base path, but not much to speak of as far as anyone getting close to home. And Sprankle getting a strike a moment ago, but then throwing ball 4 right there. So The leadoff hitter Mitchell will reach and bring Adeline McKeague to the plate. Central Mountain pitcher looking to help her own cause here. Thank you for tuning in to High Top Sports Network today for this PIAA Class 5A quarterfinals. McKeague tries to lay down a bunt, and that one fouled back. It looked like Atherton might have taken that one off the arm, maybe. Thrown down to second, but's in there safely. Was number 2, Sophie Mitchell, who reached on that walk. So now runner in scoring position, and the count 1-1 to McKeague. Low in the zone, so Sprankle having some trouble staying in the zone right now. Walk to Mitchell now. Behind in the count 2-1 to McKeague. And a swing and a miss. Fooling her mound opponent was Sprankle. Evens the count at 2-2. And a swing and a miss. A nice job there by Sprankle. 2 nice pitches in a row to induce the swing and retire the second out of this 4th inning. Now that'll bring Gracie Saar to the plate for the Wildcats. Winner will make it to the semifinals. And one of the 2 possibilities there is Penn Trafford, and a name very familiar to Armstrong fans everywhere, the team that the Riverhawks were able to beat in a dramatic walk-off win in the Whippeal championship game. So a rematch could be in place if Penn Trafford and both Armstrong win their respective quarterfinal games. Here's a throw down to third, and well done! Well, good. Atherton with a great throw to nab the runner Mitchell, getting greedy were the Wildcats, and excellent job there. So now 2 down, and the runner in scoring position erased. Yeah, 3-0 the count though. And this has been a tough inning for Sprankle as far as control and staying in the zone. But the defense doing an excellent job around her. Won the count now. 2 down. And a strike called, so Armstrong finally getting one of those low in the zone calls. This one hit to center field. Adams comes on and brings it in easily for the 3rd out. So another scoreless frame as we head into the top of the 5th inning, and the score remains Armstrong 5 and Central Mountain 2 here on High Top Sports Network. Thank you wherever you may be today. We certainly appreciate you taking the time to join us on HTSN. As I always say, there's several things you could be doing with your time, and you decide to spend it with us, and we couldn't be more appreciative of that here on HTSN. While we have an opportunity, I want to thank another sponsor, since, again, they are the reason we're able to do this. So when you folks see their ads and see these things that appear on our network, I know ads can be annoying and things of the sort, but the reason they're there is so that we can do what we do. And remember, they have goods and services that are important to your everyday life, whether it be insurance or groceries or things of the sort. And so we urge you to go to them because they're the ones that are supporting your young athletes and the ones that you're watching here today on High Top Sports Network. And one of those sponsors is TGIF Solutions. TGIF Solutions is the home of the Shellhammer Atwood Agency and the Brad Johnson Agency and the Vody Agency and the McMahon Brothers Agency. So an agency, several places wherever you may be. If you're familiar with the Katanning area, they are located at 331 Arthur Street in West Katanning. They specialize in all types of insurance: auto, home, family, business, farm, and commercial. So if you're interested and see fit, visit them online at tgif.solutions. TGIF Solutions, insurance for what matters. This one hit off the fence and it's gone! A home run by Mackenzie Egley to dead center in a tough collision with the wall there by the outfielder. But wow, jumping all over that pitch was Egley for a home run. Wow. The heart of the Armstrong order doing its part here today. Jessie Pugh with the grand slam and the number 3 batter in the order. Mackenzie Egley getting a home run of her own, and I hate to say it, but that was my player to watch today, Josh.
It was your player to watch today, and she just delivered. Solo shot here to start our UFP Parker 5th inning. Thanks again to UFP Parker. That was a Clingan Smith's Neighborly Drugstore's home run. 3rd of the game, 2 for Armstrong and 1 for the Wildcats.
So McKeague giving up her 2nd bomb of this game. This one maybe not as costly as the first drove in for the Riverhawks. This one just a solo shot, but every run certainly at this stage counts and helps. This one high fly ball just past the second base bag and brought in once again by the shortstop of the Wildcats, Caitlin Watson. So Clontz retired. Now they'll bring up Pugh, the other home run hitter in this game for the Riverhawks. Looks at ball 1. That one low. Pugh able to lay off. The count now 3-0. Not trying to take any chances is McHugh. Why would you? Her opponent right now took a ball and crushed it over the center field fence. That brought in 4 runs. Really a difference so far, with the lead being just 3. Or, no, excuse me, it's 4, but it'd be a tie game if not for that. You don't know how things would have played out if that was not a home run. And Pugh will trot down to first with the walk.
Well, as you said, she's not taking any chances with Jessie Pugh after that grand slam because that was way out of here. Jordan Klingensmith going to come in to pinch run for Jessie Pugh. That's going to bring up Adams with that bunt single her last time up.
Adams, yeah, that was a well-placed bunt down that third base line. And looks like Doug Flanders is going to come out and speak briefly to Adams before heading down to his standard place at third base. Klingensmith standing at first. First pitch swinging. That one fouled. Now that bunt laid down there, and Klingensmith waited a second, and that was well done by Adams. Once again, a excellent bunt. And I don't know if Glenn Kilgore, the first base coach, looking down at Klingensmith thinking maybe she could have gotten a third if she would have kept running, because it was a it was like a hit and run, I guess. And she was well off before that ball was even hit, and she was pretty much at the second base bag if she would not have hesitated there. And I think maybe he thought she could have just kept motoring to third, not sure. Whatever the case, the Riverhawks just one down, have 2 runners on, and another bunt. As you said, Josh, earlier, looks like Coach Doug Flaner is playing a little small ball right now.
Well, Coach has told me, he said we can win in a variety of ways. We're not just hitting home runs. We can play small ball, but they're doing a little bit of both today, Joe.
Not a bad thing to do if it's producing runs, and we're seeing it certainly helping put base runners on for the Riverhawks. That one is a bunt, laid down well. Throw down to third. It's past the third baseman. That's going to allow Klingesmith to score. Adams is going to stay at third, but just as I was about to say that, a miscue costing the Wildcats, who now trail 7-2. And as I said, Josh, I watched that DuBois Central Mountain game from earlier this year, and miscues really hurting them in that one as well. So the errors didn't burn them in that big game, but certainly burning them here now against the Riverhawks in this PIAA Class 5A quarterfinal.
We have a UFP Parker mound visit. Thanks to our friends at UFP Parker. Looking for a new career? Visit ufpi.com/careers.
Make sure you stick around for the post game after this one. We're hopefully going to get our player of the game, whoever that may be. It'll be a Sprankles player of the game. We got a nice mug once again, or I keep saying mug, it's a water bottle.
Yeah.
Got a green variety today.
We did get a mug, though. Tom cooked us up one with the High Top Sports Network logo on it yesterday. Gave that to us very graciously.
Very appreciative of the fine folks at Gross Embroidery, or the official embroiderer of High Top Sports Network. As a bunt sign shown again. And this one's going to get past the fielder, and an easy play over the head of the first baseman. Atherton's going to scamper down to third, and the run scores, 2 runs scores, and the Riverhawks piling on now as the score is, I believe, 9-2. Excuse me. Whew. Get so excited I couldn't find my scoreboard. Any good game gets me excited. You know, it's this fun time of the year. The games are so big, and the crowds certainly showing up for them too. The atmosphere, fun to be a part of. So, just gotta love playoff season, or as the kids say, SCN. Mary Mason, another bunt, and this time they are able to retire Sprankle at first. So the Riverhawks just challenging Central Mountain's defense, saying, "Hey, if you're not going to be able to field the bunts properly, we're going to keep doing it to you until you prove you can," and that has worked up until Sprankle was retired, and now back to the top of the order with 2 down. Emma Smerick will step in, and a runner standing at third. This one hit high, but another opportunity for the shortstop, Watson, to stop the bleeding, but not without some damage done by the Riverhawks. They increase their lead to 6 as they now have 9 runs on 9 hits. And it's saying just 2 errors against Central Mountain, but 2 costly errors nonetheless. The Riverhawks adding a little bit of a cushion as the bottom of the 5th inning is upon us here. And again, it's the UFP Parker 5th inning, as you well know, and UFP Parker is seeking skilled and driven individuals like you. Make sure you look at all of their job openings online today at ufpi.com / did you say backslash anymore, or did we just say slash careers? It still is to you. All right, I like it. It was definitely like a Windows 95 term, but bringing it back here today. But Mason, Josh, while he works on some of our equipment here, we're trying to get that home plate camera back for you folks. It's being finicky. We're doing it remotely, but been an interesting game, and that inning right there certainly I haven't really seen a team be challenged like that. Basically, Coach Doug Flanders is saying, hey, I'm going to keep bunting until you prove you can field this, and for much of that duration, Central Mountain, not able to do so. So that really led to the runs being scored. Not a lot of hard contact in that inning, but again, sometimes you don't need it. There was the home run, yeah. I guess that was some pretty hard contact as Mason gestures the home run signal. But I mean, there was a lot more bunts being put down in that one home run. It counts. It counts as hard contact. Don't get me wrong. But really, the bunts I think had a lot to do with what happened there as well. As Sprankle's first pitch of this bottom half of the fifth inning in there for a ball. The batter is number 7, the shortstop. Mentioned her name a couple times. As she drops down a bunt, and she gets out safely. So the Wildcats giving the Riverhawks a taste of their own medicine, saying, hey, okay, you're going to play that game, so are we. As Mitchell able to reach on a bunt, and now number 6 will come to the plate, Allison Lineker. Okay, so we're going to give you the headset until Josh gets back, as he almost takes a pitch, does Josh there behind home plate. Foul pitch by Lineker.
No, it'll be nice to join for a couple minutes.
Count now. No balls and a strike. Runner at first base. Thought they might maybe try to bunt again and really try to give Armstrong a taste of their own medicine in a way, but instead Lineker fouls that last pitch off and then looks at a strike here to fall behind 0-2. Lineker, 1 for 2 today. While Cameron Sprankle up to 83 pitches. Runner going, but this one's going to be fouled and into the spectator area down the first base line.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that bunt was more of like an unlucky swing. It looked like, but either way, it hits a hit, and it's getting something started.
And strikeout there by Sprankle. So that was huge after the leadoff bunt. And now Kuhn will come to the plate for Central Mountain, who now trails by 7.
Nice heater, and see if she can get a piece of it, and Sprankle blow it right by.
I was going to say there, Mason, not a lot of time left. Fouled back. But not a lot of time. You know, the innings and the outs are slowly ticking away for Central Mountain. Again, they seem like a team that has a little bit of pop in their bat and can maybe score runs in bunches like the Riverhawks are well known to do. But the Riverhawks seem to be able to close the door and shut the door later in games is something to take note of. As Sprankle fires in pitch for, I believe that was a
1-1.
Yeah, to make the count 1-1, that was a ball.
If there's a time to start chipping away, now would be the time. You have a runner on, still 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, that's a strike catch in the corner there. It seems like Sprankle's control issues of last inning a thing of the past. It's really painting like she's known to do. She's one of those control pitchers and can really change speeds and change the trajectory of the ball. And strike 3 looking up backwards. Cameron Sprankle freezing the batter, and that was a
Klingensmith.
Yep, Klingensmith's backwards K by Cam Sprankle.
There we go.
So now 2 down. Runner still at first, and Madison Hardy, again, the lone run producer so far for the Wildcats. She hit that 2-run home run.
You don't need another home run. A double would do just fine to score the runner from first.
Hardy putting a hearty swing into that. It's going to be in foul territory where Mackenzie Egley's able to gather it in and end this inning. A quick inning for the Wildcats, not probably what they were looking for, Mason, after the Riverhawks were able to add to their lead in the half inning prior. So after 5 full, it is Armstrong 9 and Central Mountain 2 here on High Top Sports Network on this Sprankle's Neighborhood Game Day in this PIAA Class 5A clash for a trip to the semifinals. And as I mentioned, too, one team on that side of the bracket. I thought I had a bracket here somewhere. But one of the teams on the other side of the bracket is Penn Trafford, who the Riverhawks played just a few days ago at California University of Pennsylvania in the District 7 championship game. Riverhawks winning that one on a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 7th inning, as many of you know.
Yeah, that'll be interesting if Penn Trafford is the matchup. Where do they play that game at? Will they play it closer toward the middle of PA? You play it down toward Pittsburgh?
Well, they're in Westmoreland County, so you think maybe that's a good question. I'm trying to think of a venue worthy of it between, Penn Trafford area and that portion of Westmoreland County. As a bunt shown there by Emma Paul, but looked a little bit out of the zone, and maybe should have pulled the bat back and waited. Instead, it's a 0-1 count now to the shortstop.
I like this pressure the Riverhawks are putting on.
That one low. Yeah, and it's you're making this defense. You notice they're coming up. They're kind of charging, not knowing if the bat's going to be dropped down for a bunt. So, again, they're keeping them guessing, and as a result, like you said, putting some pressure on them as Paul looks at a ball there. Count now 2-1.
It wouldn't surprise me with the corner infielders clashing. We might see them start taking some bigger hacks here sooner or later.
Absolutely right. There's a big hack, but just foul. Running the count even 2-2 to the sophomore shortstop, Emma Paul. Josh back with us here. This one reached out, hit. Shortstop's going to throw for back foot, but a nice effort. And Paul's going to be able to get to second base now. Another instance of it getting past the first baseman Hardy, so an extra base for Paul. Hitting the hole there. Nice effort by number 7. Again, the shortstop, Caitlin Watson, but a little errant and allowing Paul to get down to second base.
I don't know if you guys saw me back there when I was trying to adjust.
You almost got hit.
I did get hit. It went through the screen and drilled me in the arm. It hit the. I was so close to the screen, it went back. And all the guys sitting behind home plate were like, "You're going to get another one." And then there was one that hit the screen right where my head was, but it didn't come all the way back far enough to hit me.
Very lucky.
So I feel like I'm part of the game.
There's a bloop in there. Allow Paul to get down to third. A nice piece of hitting there by Egley, who hit a home run in her last at bat. Now a nice bloop single over the head of the third baseman. Runners now at the corners. With no one out, so this Riverhawks offense, who you got to see front and center up there, Josh, right behind home plate, looking as good as they have all day, and no signs of quitting or stopping, rather, in them right now. Klons pulls back the bat as Egley breaks for second, so the base now open at first, Egley at second, and the count 0-1 to Jenna Klons.
Well, the Riverhawks really took advantage of those errors last inning, Joe. I was looking up at the scoreboard, and I thought, wow, Central Mountain hasn't made an error in that last inning. 3. The Riverhawks have opened up a 7-run lead.
We were talking about how basically Doug Flanders and his staff and his team really challenging Central Mountain, saying, hey, if you're not going to be able to field these bunts, we're going to keep doing it. Big swing and a miss there, low in the zone by Klons. Again, they even had Klons showing bunt to start this at bat, so certainly some games within the game being played right now, and a swing and a miss. That will retire the junior outfielder, Jenna Klons.
Well, sometimes Klons, for as great of a hitter as she is, she gets really aggressive up there sometimes. And I think I mentioned it on the game against Chartiers Valley. Her dad, Mike, back there saying, patience. And you saw her right there out in front of that changeup by McKeague. Nice pitch.
Kind of a tendency by power hitters to really just want to be aggressive and know that you can kind of get even quote-unquote weak contact and still get one out of here. Mm-hmm. And she knows that. She knows that if she even gets late on a swing, she has the ability to pull it opposite way. As Jessie Pugh stands in, the grand slam in this game in the first inning with no one out, nonetheless.
Pugh's been launching bombs in the Whippeals, now in state playoffs.
Count 2 balls, no strikes to Pugh. Last at bat, she got ahead 3-0. You can tell that McHugh, will be 3-0 once again. McHugh certainly being careful with Pugh. At the first inning grand slam, still fresh in her mind. And ball 4. So Pugh will trot down to first, and imagine Clayton Smith will eventually make her way down there as well. Maybe not.
Yeah, a couple times now in a row, Pugh has walked.
So Pugh will stay at first. Up. Yep, because there's a makes the bases loaded. Cassie Adams with that excellent home run robbing play early in the game. Will step in now with the bases juiced. Big swing. Whew.
Oh, dangerous throw right there.
Yeah, the Wildcats really taking some chances with those. They've allowed one to get away. It's really been the throws that have been the reason for the Armstrong Riverhawks being able to produce some runs. Errant throws, giving extra bases. As Adams bounces back out of the way of that one. Wind's kind of dying down a little bit here, Josh.
Thankfully.
Yeah, I'm still cold, though.
It's about time.
My hands are blue.
Oh, they're shaking a little bit, too.
A little bit. If my mother were here, she'd be like, that's why you need to put on some weight.
That's right.
I do.
If my mother were here, she would tell you the same thing. I know she's watching at home with brother Jess.
And a swing and a miss. Slow.
Nowhere to go there, Cass. That base is not open.
Get a nice little run in. Maybe she's chilly too, and just get the legs moving, get the blood flowing.
Yeah, a little circulation. See the Lancers behind us. Deer Lakes going to play Bald Eagle area in the second game.
Another District 7 versus District 6 matchup there, Josh. So now it'll be Shelby Cloak at the plate for the Riverhawks. She is still have Cassie Adams up there. She was 2 for 3 when she came up.
0 for 3 today for Cloak. So a big hit here for Cloak would go a long way for her confidence and also put the Riverhawks in position to maybe end this one early. We'll see. That's a few runs down the line, but Shelby Cloak got a lot of power, Joe.
She does indeed, and obviously it's a 7-point advantage for Armstrong. I think if she did hit a home run here, for instance, because here's going to be one run that scores, the speed of Paul, impressive there. She slides in easily past McHugh, who tried to cover the base, but way late.
As soon as that ball hit the catcher's glove, Emma Paul was off. She didn't even have to wait for Coach Flanders to tell her to go.
So now 2 more runners in scoring position, Josh, and it's a 8-run lead. I think, is it 10? It'd be 10 after 5 would do it. So I think then if Jesse Pugh, who stands at second base, would score, this one would be done. Am I wrong? Or am I right?
I don't believe you. No, because Armstrong is the visitor, so Central Mountain would get a chance. Yep. We're so used to, as
Armstrong
I said earlier,
seed.
So used to having them be the home team in these games.
That one called a strike, even though it looked a little bit outside. Again, it's certainly an impressive performance here by Armstrong. Not going to see too many quarterfinal state games. And that one kind of getting...
I think that hit Bella Atherton.
Catcher used to some contact.
Yeah, Bella's tough back there. I think that one just skipped up off the turf and hit her in the foot, ankle area. She's going to get a runner as usual. Catchers and pitchers always.
Olivia Yancey will take her place at first. So now the Riverhawks lead 11-2, and it just seems like the levee has broken, as Robert Plant once said. Not those exact words. As Sprankle looks at a strike. Yeah, you don't see too many mercy rules take place in state contests, but as you mentioned, Josh, they are a run away from putting that in place, I believe. This one going to get away from the catcher again, and it seems like McHugh's sort of just firing it in there and not not as accurate, but I think just the body language right now saying that I don't say they surrendered, but not favorable for the Wildcats. Swing and a miss there.
Sprankle taking a cut, trying to do it herself, but she goes down swinging.
So we'll play some more softball.
That's
we would have anyways, but the Riverhawks once again doing some damage, putting 2 more on the board there in the top of the 6th inning to pull ahead by a score of 11-2. Josh?
So, in this sixth inning, our Smith's Neighborly Drugstore's sixth inning, we would like to thank another fantastic sponsor. I think we've thanked them all, but we're going to thank Sprankles Neighborhood Market, our official broadcast partner for today. Located at 151 North McCain Street in downtown Katanning, features an unrivaled meat selection, Joe. Unrivaled.
Oh, yeah.
And delivers quality ingredients at the most competitive prices around. Be sure to sample the chef-made sushi, which I do regularly. Can personally vouch for the goodness of Chef Pa's sushi. It is fantastic, always prepared fresh daily, and be sure to stop in for Sushi Madness every Wednesday. Hand rolls for just $5. Pick up a homemade grab-and-go. Take home a delicious custom hoagie, and remember to check out Sprankle's Facebook page, too.
Hashtag save on the meat.
Ryan's going to correct us for it.
Everybody knows hashtag save on meat.
Of course.
If you've been anywhere near Ryan, you know that saying. If you've seen his truck, if you've seen his store, if you've seen his clothing.
The thousands of shirts.
You don't miss it. Where, like an SAT question, like, Ryan is the Sprankles shirts as Doug is to funny hats.
Yes, Oktoberfest hats, as Ryan
unreal.
Pointed out to us.
Unreal. I gotta know where he got that hat.
Well, I saw Brandy Sprankle here a little bit earlier. Central Mountain alum, also a pitcher, just like daughter Cameron. I haven't seen the Save on Meat bus.
Nope.
Nor have I seen Doug or Ryan, so maybe they're tuning in at home or at work, wherever they may be.
Always working. Has the count now 2-0 to the leadoff batter here in this inning. That is number 19.
Always working, indeed. Sorry, Joe.
This one hit over the head, but a nice grab there by Pugh.
Snagged it.
Yeah, reaching up and getting it. Boy, oh boy, if Pugh was an inch shorter, not sure if that would have been brought in and maybe just nicked off her glove and into right field. Instead, the first baseman able to grab it and retire the first out here in the bottom of the sixth. If you hear that noise in the background, as Josh mentioned, the Lancers of Deer Lakes getting ready for their game that follows us here on HTSN. We won't be doing that one. But if you would ever be interested in High Top Sports Network services, we actually had a couple requests here, but due to the short notice, was unable to fulfill those needs. But we do games when we have the notice. So if you are interested in anything High Top related, visit us online at hightopsportsnetwork.com. You can message us there or email us at staff@hightopsportsnetwork.com. Pitch by Sprankle inside. The batter is Kelsey Burrows. Burrows is 0 for 2 today against the Armstrong junior righty. Now she takes a walk. So a walk with one down here in the bottom of the sixth. 11 hits for the Riverhawks, who lead by 9. Just 4 hits for Central Mountain. So if you were to tell a lot of teams throughout District 6 that McHugh would be the one with 4 hits, or 11 hits surrendered, and Sprankle only given up 4 to this point, might be a little surprised. But again, that overwhelming speed and power that McHugh exhibits isn't always necessarily the only means of being successful. We say Sprankle has some velocity of her own, don't get me wrong, but certainly mixes pitches well and able to kind of differentiate what she does on the mound a little bit more than some. Something she worked hard on in this offseason to finally tune as she has here, and now has her team just a few innings away from another berth in the state semifinals, just as the case was last year.
Well, that's something I spoke with Coach Flanders about, is how Cam developed in the offseason, her mix, her repertoire, her changing speeds, her location. And he said she's really taken the next step, and you could see it right here in this game, kind of really shutting down this Central Mountain offense after that first inning, gave up that home run, and has been really, really solid since that point.
Not to not to brag here, but my story that was, again, in today's Leader Times, if you want to go read that, I said that one of the things that's been impressive about her is her ability to bounce back, and we've seen it all year because she might have a rough go maybe early in a game, and there's a swing and a miss for a strikeout, right on cue, making me look even better, does Cameron Sprankle, but she just seems to get better and better as the game goes on. She might have a rough patch and an early inning, whether it be the first or second, and a lot of players might put their head down and not necessarily be able to rebound from something like that. Sprankle's done a great job all year of doing just that and being kind of resilient and getting stronger as the game goes on. First pitch from the aforementioned Cameron Sprankle, ball to McHugh. Pitch on its way, swing and a miss. Gotten their mound opponent to swing through a couple balls here so far today. We forgot to announce, we're going to stay with us for the post game. We're going to announce our winners of the hashtag Save on Meat shirts. As Sprankle doesn't get that call. Don't know where that one missed.
Yeah, we put up the broadcast link last night, Joe, and as a special thanks to all the supporters out there. We said if you liked and shared that post and made it public so that we could see it, you'd be entered in a drawing for a hashtag Save on Meat shirt, courtesy of Sprankles.
Are you sure it doesn't say hashtag Save on the Meats?
I don't know. I'm going to say it doesn't.
Oh. This one, late swing, and that side of the infield will have a look, but out of play. Pugh and Atherton heading that direction, but lands on top of the roof of the home dugout. And you mentioned it, Josh, the home team today is Central Mountain. We are used to Armstrong being the home team since they were the #1 team in the district bracket and several times this season ranked atop the state in Class 5A. But the visitor here today at St. Francis in this quarterfinal matchup against the District 6 champion. Or, as I said earlier, the District 6, 9, 8, whatever it was, there was a combination of districts as this one hit in the gap, but Smerick will come on and retire McHugh for out number 3, and no response from the Wildcats. I thought they were almost lining up there, it looked like, for a second, but they would be if the Armstrong were able to put a run on the board that last half inning. But let's play some more softball. We don't need to end it quite yet.
No, and that means we get to thank our 7th inning sponsor and our title sponsor, official broadcast partner today, Sprankles Neighborhood Markets. Hashtag Save on
the Meat.
The Meat?
Question mark?
Question mark? Can you put a question mark on a hashtag? Just also want to say that we do know there are a lot of people out there all over this great country of ours watching this game. One of those being my neuroscientist brother Jacob in Atlanta, Georgia, making fun of my pronunciation of the word repertoire.
I know, I was going to say that too, actually. Jake, thanks for saying that.
Repertoire.
I was going to say it. I wish I would have now.
Oh, man, I got...
Repertoire?
The
way you said it too is very a lot of.
I added an
inflection.
R. I added an R. Repertoire.
You let it really draw out a lot.
That's
it's like you're definitely trying hard.
That's my Western Pennsylvania accent getting the best of me right there.
Was it though, or is it you just trying to say repertoire real officially?
Repertoire.
Yeah, there it was.
Well, either way, thanks, Jake. Glad you're tuning in. Love you, brother. Happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday, Jake Schreckengost. The younger brother of the man to my left, Josh Schreckengost. The man to my right, Mason Flanagan. My name's Joe Rhodes. We're here today. Glad to be with you. Sprankle's Neighborhood Game Day, where we're hashtag saving on the meats. And hashtag save on meat.
We're in the UFP Parker broadcast booth.
This is indeed the UFP Parker broadcast booth.
Broadcast tent.
It's a broadcast tent, but a nice little fixture to protect us from any elements that might come about. The sky's kind of gray here today.
It's getting darker.
It is indeed, but UFP Parker, we're thankful for being our broadcast sponsor. And a pitching change did take place, and we were wondering, it kind of, again, I'm not trying to brag here, but I said after that 40 pitch first inning, and that be something to watch for McHugh, would she maybe have to come out, and sure enough, a new pitcher now enters for the Wildcats. It's number 6, the one and only Allison Lininger. We saw her hit that near home run in the first inning, the halfway down the fence.
Well, they started playing some music here in the 7th inning.
Yeah.
Heard some Thunderstruck back there.
Better late than never.
That's right. We can respect that.
But, never have really been to this venue here at St. Francis University in Loretto, or as you said about Pittsburghese accents, Loretto.
There's a winding road here to Loretto after you get off of, well, after you come out of Ebensburg there.
Kind of like a hidden driveway.
Yeah, for sure. And then up pops this beautiful campus.
So a ball and then a strike to the lone lefty on this Riverhawks roster, at least in the starting lineup that I'm aware of, Emma Smerick, known as Smoke. Check swing.
2 for 4 today, Joe. Emma is.
Right around where her average probably is. There was a point in time early in the season where pretty much 75% of this roster was hitting over 500. And it was led by their pitcher nonetheless. So some amazing stats by a offensive juggernaut, as strike 2 called there. Yeah, to call them an offensive juggernaut might be an understatement, Josh. They can score any way. They can score with speed. You saw them bunt, 3 consecutive times there. They can also hit for power, do stuff like that, just put it right in the hole. For the second time that Smerick has done that today, make her 3 for 5. But they really do it all, and they can score in a multitude of ways, these Riverhawks.
Yeah, base knock there for Smerick, her 3rd hit of the game.
I feel like a cold breeze just came in.
It has not. There's not been a warm one. I think I mentioned it. One ray of sunshine during this broadcast, and it felt like I was at the beach for about 4 seconds.
And it looks like some rain coming now, too. And we might have to go secure our cameras. Smerick able to trot down to second base.
Yeah, I may run down there to home plate, Joe, and grab that one.
Can ill afford to lose a camera.
No, certainly not that one. I'll be right back.
So while Josh does that, we'll mention that Smerick was able to steal second base on the Still is brought to you by Klingensmith's Market, or drugstore. Yeah, it's kind of like a market. They sell things of the sort. And make sure you shop local, and you can shop local even when it comes to your drugstore by going to Klingensmith's. Again, located in Clarion and Armstrong County. Waiting on that one, and kind of almost a half swing, and then still able to follow through on it was Emma Paul. And then down to third, sliding around, that was Smerick. Wow, what a slide. First of all, the out at first, but then Smerick kept going and slid to the back side of the bag and able to reach her arm over and then reach back for the bag and be called safe. What an athletic play there by Smoke. Smoke Smerick. It's a tongue twister. Now they'll bring up Mackenzie Egley, a home run to her name today. Looks at a ball 1, high in the zone. 11-2. Here in the top of inning number 7. Again, make sure you stay tuned after this one. We're going to have a full post-game show for you. I'll be taking the headset off, and Josh and Mason Flanagan will take over post-game. I want to try to clean up some things here and get us out of here, as we might have to part earlier than normal because of the game after ours. I'm not sure if there's a broadcast, but in the event there is, we have to move quickly, as the count now is 3-0 to the reigning All-State third baseman, Mackenzie Egley. This one hit hard, right at the right fielder, though. Tagging up is Smerick, who will trot home easily. And now the Armstrong lead up to 10. They lead 12-2. An impressive showing by these Riverhawks in a state quarterfinal game, building a double-digit lead. And now Jenna Klontz will step to the dish. – 12-2. 1 ball, no strikes to the cleanup hitter, Jenna Klontz. That one is a ball, 2-0. This one hit hard. That one is way gone. Another Klontz bomb. Wow, that one got out of here in a hurry. And the Armstrong Riverhawks not content with the 10-run lead. It is now up to 11 with the Klontz bomb. Armstrong with a third home run today. The grand slam by Jesse Pugh, the home run by Mackenzie Egley, and now Jenna Klontz joining the action and driving that one way gone to give Armstrong a 13-12 lead. And the Central Mountain fans and players all with this very similar look. They know it's happened here, and it is not a favorable outcome for them. As now Pugh able to drill that one down the line for a hit, and Armstrong keeps on hitting the baseball. Again, I'd like to find a more prolific offense in the state. I said that I think that Klontz and Pugh are the best 4-5 power hitters in an order that I certainly know of. And they've both shown it today, each with a home run. Pugh with that grand salami in the first, and that hit by Adams brought in. And now the Riverhawks are just 3 outs away from punching their ticket to the state semifinals and sending Central Mountain home for good in the 2021-22 season, Josh.
So as I was walking back, I'm going to tell you this. As I was walking back, I got the camera out of the rain, or possible rain. There were some droplets. And with Jenna Klontz at the plate, I was behind the dugout as I was walking back. All I did was hear it. And I said to the Deer Lakes pitcher warming up, I said, well, that sounded gone. And she goes, yeah, home run.
Yeah, that one got out of here in a hurry. It was mighty impressive. If that fence was another, 20 yards longer, I think it probably would have still been well gone. But Klontz bomb, indeed, and the Riverhawks with 3 home runs in this game. None more important, though, than that first inning grand slam by Jesse Pugh that really seemed to set a tone in this game. You know, they had a run on the board right before that, but to build that 5-0 lead so early in the game, it really shifted momentum, and it seemed like McHugh really never was able to seem comfortable thereafter. And she, of course, now didn't pitch in that final inning, what was likely her last performance on the mound this season, unless a miraculous comeback is upon us here. Her team trailing by 11. And I said while you were gone there, Josh, you don't see too many double-digit wins in a state playoff game.
No.
Maybe early on in those early games when you get maybe a district that sends 4 teams or something, and they have to play a district champion elsewhere, or a second-place team in a small district. But once you get to the state quarterfinals and you have 2 district champions facing off, rarely do you see either win by double digits. And the Riverhawks on their way to that if they can hold this 11-run lead.
Well, I got a feel for Sprankle's velocity when I was down there, too, the first time I went down behind home plate. And she's, I'll tell you what, she has really improved her velocity from last year to this.
This one hit. That one's going to get past the star shortstop, who's made some ridiculous plays this postseason, Emma Paul. And the Wildcats not going away quietly here. They're going to try to extend this season as long as they can, despite the 11-run disadvantage and just 3 outs to their name. And I mentioned the folks to stick around for the postgame. We're going to try to get head coach Doug Flanders of the Riverhawks and also our player of the game, which is the Sprankles player of the game, who will be awarded a nice green canteen.
Laser engraved.
Yep, with today's game details on it, and a picture of that player will be posted on the High Top Sports Network social media platforms probably sometime early tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for that. Really interested to hear what that player, whoever it may be, will have to decide here once this game goes final, and also hopefully have a chance to talk to head coach Doug Flanders and get his insight on this game and talk maybe a little about the bunting that took place. Really, look back at this, you can say really the Riverhawks won by hitting the ball over the fence and then also hitting it about 5 inches.
Yeah.
Those were the two biggest parts of their offense today, their ability to bunt and their ability to put it over the fence. Two very, very different things to do when standing in the box.
Yeah, 3 dingers today, and I wonder how many bunt base hits. That would be a nice stat to have.
Yeah.
But several bunts.
At least 3. I mean,
yeah.
They have as many bunt base hits as they have home runs.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This one lined hard, well hit there, but Klontz over to get it, and that will limit the lead runner to second base. So now, that was the talented shortstop. We've called her name several times, Mitchell, I believe.
Caitlin Watson.
Or Watson, excuse me, who ripped that one. So 2 on and no one out. Again, the District 6 champion Wildcats not going to go away quietly here, Josh. I'm going to hop in there. Nice scoop by Atherton.
Now we got Bald Eagle area hitting behind us. Every time I hear it, I want to my head kind of jerks around. It's like, is there a ball coming at me?
I've seen balls be hit out of those too.
Yeah.
And our backs turned, so there would be no reaction time. This one hit, but foul.
A lot of the Riverhawks faithful up on their feet right now. And Sprankle set to deliver to Lindinger. Joe adjusting the camera a little bit there in right field. Going to get ready for the celebration, I would guess. Should Armstrong be able to hold on here?
Yeah, we got to get that home plate camera working again. But a little too late for it now, but we ponied up for some additional kind of expensive equipment because we want to bring you the best possible product we can. And plus, we don't like hearing you complain.
Well, we certainly don't like the complaints. Constructive criticism we can take.
Yeah, but you're better at taking it than me. Me, I just get annoyed. I have a theory that people always like to voice their opinion when they don't like something, but rarely do when they do like something. So
that's true.
It's interesting how mankind is, but that's who we are nowadays. And there's a ball hit sharply. Oh. That's going to probably score a run, where Cassidy Adams will get it in quickly. It does score 1 and puts runners at the corner. Still no one out.
Yeah, 13-3 now. So the Wildcats in the heart of the order right now. Looks like Coach Caldwell might make another change here. Possible substitution for a courtesy runner. That was Lindinger, and she's now pitching. So would expect to see a runner come in for her.
Ooh, chilly. I do like my new Family Dollar sweatshirt, though.
Oh, you know what? I told you it was $7. It was actually $5. It was discounted.
You know what? I'm going back there afterwards to get another one of these. These are just sharp. I look good.
That's right.
The only problem is I got to cover up my high-top sports gear. Maybe I'll get a bunch of these and then get them embroidered by our friends at Gross Embroidery. Get some, maybe a patch right here.
Yeah, Christy would certainly do it for us.
I'm not kidding. This is a very, very comfy shirt.
I'm glad, man.
You picked a good one.
Well, when I went to the Dollar General, I said to the poor girl, I was like, "Where are your sweatshirts?" And she's like, "We don't have those right now. It's summer."
You're like, "What do you mean?"
And I was like, "Is it? Look outside. My buddy needs a sweatshirt."
Oh, man, as soon as I got out of the car, I'm like, I made a bad choice not bringing a jacket.
So she said, "No, we only have shorts and T-shirts and bathing suits, of course."
Because that would have helped me right now.
And I said, "Is there any place I could get one?" And, I assume Family Dollar and Dollar General are competitors, but she sent me to Family Dollar. And
when you're conglomerates in a market share like that, you can afford
that. Yeah, in the town of Crescent.
All right. Oh, you went to yep.
Yeah, I had to go down to Crescent.
Swing and a miss there. So that's our story of why I underdressed today. But it is June 9th. I didn't think I would need to dress like it was February 9th.
Meanwhile, Mason still doesn't need a hug.
He's a gamer,
He's
whereas
got-
I am a certified wimp. I got out of the car and I'm like, this is not good. So count now 2-2, no one down. One run across already in this inning. Bottom of the 7th, last chance, and a strike out there by Sprankle.
Good job by Atherton to hold on to that one, Joe.
Yeah, definitely. That was a tough play. And
So
now-
this is, I was going to say Hardy had homered earlier in this game, Joe.
Yeah, that same result would be huge, but even then, it would only be a 7-run lead, or it would still be a 7-run lead for the Riverhawks. That just goes to show you how well they've played in the cushion that they've built.
Well, Hardy certainly not getting cheated on that.
Whew. No, that one, if she would have made contact with that one, that would have landed.
Down on that building.
Yeah, and that building is very far away. But I want to thank the folks here at St. Francis, too, for their hospitality, helping us get settled and situated today. It's always a fear of mine when I go to somewhere I've never been and what might be waiting for me there, whether it be a lack of internet or electricity, or like today, a coat. That was my own doing.
A coat.
Ball high there, just missing with Sprankle. I still stand by my statement that I think her strike zone has been a bit more strict than that of McHugh. Somebody's getting a text message because I can hear it coming through my headphones. Check swing.
Yeah, I can hear it too.
Again, also stick around as we were going to pick the 5 winners of the T-shirts, those that shared our post. And again, make sure you follow us on our social media platforms. We're always doing giveaways and things of the sort. A stab there by Egley, back to her feet, throw it out. What a play by Mackenzie Egley. Boy, this defense is impressive. And I mentioned in my story today, now they're getting me back for it. I said there's been some miscues this season, especially in the playoffs. They've missed a couple routine plays, plays that they would have made with their eyes closed. And today, their defense has been tremendous. That play by Egley, no exception, as now the Wildcats down to their final out.
Well, Joe, you had mentioned the hospitality from St. Francis shown to us here today, and I just want to thank Dave Musel, the Assistant Director of Athletics for Athletic Communications. Very helpful today and helping us get set up and accommodated. I spoke to him on the phone.
Ball hit up the middle, score 2. And a nice job there by number 19, Madison Wine, to extend this game and bring home 2 more. Maybe make this final score look a little bit better, but again, when you look back on this one, it's going to be a very lopsided win for Armstrong, most likely. And again, unless there's the 2-out miracle of all miracles, as a strike's called there. And again, as I was saying there to finish my point from a moment ago, make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms. We do a lot of giveaways and things of the sort, and of course do a ton of broadcasts in various places. So make sure you're staying up to date with that. And again, we do some fun things there. And, wouldn't want you to miss that, so make sure you like and follow us. This one fouled back. Down to their final strike. I want to say that the I almost said Warriors, I don't know where that came from, the Wildcats, 2 very different things, have as many hits in this inning as they did the entire game, as low throws brought in by Pugh, and the Riverhawks are back in the state semifinals for a 2nd straight year after a very strong defeat of the District 6 champion Central Mountain Wildcats by a final 13-5 here from Loretto, PA.
Well, they got started early, 5-run first inning, Joe, courtesy of that Jesse Pugh grand slam, and then Central Mountain got a couple back on that home run by Hardy in the bottom of the first, but Sprankle really shut the door up here until the end of the game, whenever the game was well in hand.
Yeah, Josh, I agree. Cameron Sprankle doing exactly, backing up what I said in today's Leader Times, that maybe sometimes she can get out to a rough patch, but one thing that she does is buckle down well late. some resiliency in that young lady, quite evident today. Pitched a really good game, and again, got touched up a little bit there in that first inning, gave up 2 runs, and then kind of got touched up there in that final inning, but no runs anywhere in between for Sprankle. So very impressive there, and the bats doing what they always do, being prolific. And they helped the Riverhawks out to a 13-5 lead, or win, here in this PIAA Class 5A quarterfinal. Now they are in the state Final Four.
Once again for the second straight year, and we're going to get our Ryan Bowser State Farm stat of the game. And Joe, that stat of the game to me, 14 hits today by the Riverhawks. And look, it's a well-worn record, and we've heard it play lots of times. These Riverhawks can hit, but it was up and down the lineup again today, Joe. 3 hits for Smerick, 2 for Paul, 2 for Egley, 2 for Klontz, that grand slam by Pugh. Jordan Klingensmith, they have her listed in here as a hit, but I believe that one would go to Pugh. I think that they didn't sub her back out after the courtesy run, so Pugh with a couple. Then Cass Adams with 2, and Bella Atherton with 1. And those 14 hits spread out throughout the lineup, so that is our Ryan Bowser State Farm stat of the game. 14 hits for the Riverhawks.
Yeah, and that will do it for me. These guys are going to have your post-game show coming up. I'm going to go grab our player of the game, Josh, so once that is decided and we get the results for that, make sure you text me that information, and I'll get Coach Doug Flanners, hopefully, to join us on the post-game show today, presented by Sprankle's Neighborhood Market. So thanks for tuning in with me, Joe Rhodes, and hand it over to Josh Reckengoss and Mason Flanagan for the Klingensmiths, post-game show here on High Top Sports Network. Josh?
Well, I think I already decided, Mason. Mason Flanagan jumping on the headset with me right now. Mace, good job doing all the scoreboard and graphic stuff today and transitioning those cameras until the home plate one. Just that wireless thingamajig that we got, the Ben box, it just wouldn't hold power there at the end of the game. I'm not sure if it was the charger or what, because I tried every outlet down there. But great job today, Mason, on the production side of things.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it. It's something it's always good way to come out, support the Riverhawks, support both teams, and always continue working in a field that I've enjoyed. And yeah, of course, I thought I blinked too hard or something, and the home plate camera was froze. I said, well, we better go to the other angle here.
No, you didn't blink too hard at all. It wouldn't hold the power anymore. I tried to reset it a couple of times, but whatever. We got multiple camera views today, and you did a great job on the scoreboard as well. So thanks to you, Mason Flanagan. But Mace, got to see some long balls, got to see some small ball today out of the Riverhawks. What was your takeaway as this team continues to march through the state playoffs?
When I look at the scoreboard, I see 2 numbers that stick out the most. A 5 spot in the first inning and a 4 spot in the 5th inning. Those are crooked numbers, and that's one of those crooked numbers. It's definitely a way for a team at any level to feel down on themselves. It's hard to come back. Obviously, Central Mountain, they tried to come back. They were able to scratch 2 up, but not until the 5th when the Riverhawks put up 4 more. Then it was like they hit a wall, and it's like you can't really come back from 9-2, even though they put up a valiant effort in the final inning.
Yeah, valiant effort indeed. Central Mountain fighting back, getting a few there late, but Riverhawks had the game well in hand. And I was really impressed with Cameron Sprankle today. That first inning, you thought it might turn into a slugfest. Obviously, Jesse Pugh hits the big grand slam, but Central Mountain comes right back and gets 2 more of their own on that home run by Hardy, and I thought, well, this might turn into a slugfest. But Sprankle really slammed the door in impressive fashion here on an offense that you could see could hit the ball that first time through, but she really was able to shut them down the next couple times through the order.
Well, yes, that's just making a statement, and after struggling a little bit back in the first round game, giving up I believe it was 5 home runs coming out today. Yeah, okay, you got a little hit around early on, but then you settle in. I forget if it was you or Joe that made the statement in the broadcast. It said it seems like she just gets better and better as you go throughout the game. Normally you hear anybody talk about the third time through the order, the batters get more adjusted to the pitchers, but it's almost like Kim Sprankle. She gets better and she adjusts to the individual batters and can nibble outside or go wherever she needs to do, adjust her pitches to really dominate in the game.
Yeah, you know what? I was really impressed with her rebounding. As you said, Mason, she gave up 5 home runs in that win over Chartiers Valley on Monday. And really, gave up the 1 home run today by Hardy, but obviously that girl can hit. And you're not going to get to the state playoffs if you don't have a couple of girls that can send the ball out of the park. But I thought Cam really rebounded well. She came out here and, came out and really attacked, this Central Mountain offense after that first go-round. And here she is, along with Coach Flanders.
If it'll be my time to give it up, I'll hand it over to the player of the game.
Yeah, Cam, come have a seat. I don't know. I think Joe's. Oh, here we go. Let me transition this on here and put your.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, Cam, we're going to get on camera here. Let me just put that up. Hey, wave to the people, Cam.
Hi, people.
Cameron Sprankle, our Sprankle's Neighborhood Market Player of the Game.
Oh.
Well, that'll have a nice place in
great.
the Sprankle household, won't it?
Lovely, yes.
Yeah, you seem a bit embarrassed, so sorry about that. But hey, Cam, I want to talk to you about the way you rebounded personally today. Obviously, your offense showed up for you, but the way you rebounded personally, giving up 5 home runs against Chartiers, coming out of the game, and today I thought you really came in aggressive and attacked this Central Mountain offense. Just talk about that rebound personally.
Yeah, well, I always come back. I always try to come back, and it's similar to the Whitfield Championship game last year where I did not do so hot, and I came firing back for the next game. It was the same. I feel like every pitcher has a point where they're just like, that was really bad. It can't get worse. So let's just have fun. That's what I did.
It's kind of funny that you mentioned that because your mom put your quote from after the Whitfield Championship game on Facebook. Yesterday I believe it was, and you really, it's just kind of like serendipity coming out here and throwing the game that you threw today because they obviously had some hitters. And in that first inning, I was just telling Mason, I thought, well, you guys put up 5, then they come back with a couple. This might turn into a slugfest, but you really slammed the door there. And when I was behind home plate, I could tell that your velocity was up a touch today.
Yeah.
Just was that like anger or aggression or
frustration? Just
taking it all out on the field.
Yeah, especially in states, like you could go home. So end it with as hard as you can.
Literally,
all out there.
Yeah, leaving it all on the field.
Out there.
Emotions included.
Yeah.
Well, talk to me about that offense once again. You guys put up 13 today, and I'll talk to Coach Flanders a little bit about this, but hit some balls out of the park, laid down some bunts. You guys spread out the hits evenly throughout that lineup. Just talk about that as a pitcher, knowing these girls have your back.
Super, super helpful. I think that at our home field, it's so short. So I just have to trust our girls. I just have to trust my offense. Like anything that I do, they'll have my back. They'll pick me up. They got it. Like I just have to trust them, and I trust them today, and they did it. They did it.
Last question: how excited to get back to the state semifinal, second year in a row?
Very, very, very excited. Everyone's super excited. It's special this year.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, congratulations to you, Cam Sprankle,
Thank you so much.
our Sprankle's Neighborhood Market Player of the Game.
Okay.
All right.
Here, Nicole.
Nicole, jump on there.
Thanks.
The Golden Glove. Second baseman Nicole Benvenuti joining me. Congratulations on the victory.
You.
Hey, a couple of nice defensive plays per usual out there for you.
Getting all the pop-ups.
Getting all the pop-ups, ranging. That's what I always like to say about you. You cover a lot of ground out there. But I thought you guys had a nice defensive effort today as a team. Just talk a little bit about that, shutting down these Wildcats.
We had so many good plays. We had Cass stealing that home run, Mac making the dive. I just know the team's going to make the play.
And is it, there's a saying that hitting is contagious, but is fielding contagious too?
It definitely is. It definitely hypes the whole team up and makes them want to make the play. So.
You're one of the couple of seniors on this team. How special is this run once again? Because, you get there last year to the state final and you think, oh, man, there's a possibility this might not ever happen again. But to the second year in a row to get back to the state semis, just talk to me about that and about your leadership role as one of the seniors on this team.
Honestly, I didn't know how good we were going to be this year. I was like, it might not happen again. But we're back and better than ever, and it's an amazing feeling to have it your senior year.
talk a little bit about your pitcher, Cam Sprankle, today, and what it's like to play defense behind her when you know that she's throwing like that.
I know Cam's going to help us make the play, and after having an okay game last game, and she came back better than ever, and it was a great feeling.
Well, it seems like you guys do that as a team.
Yeah.
Talk about that mentality in the dugout, because it never seems like you guys are down, and it certainly never seems like you're quiet.
No, we're never quiet. We're always up, and it helps move the game along. It makes it a lot more fun.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Nicole.
Thank
Congratulations. We'll see you at the state semis.
Thank you.
Coach Flanders, hop in here, sir. Well, congratulations once again on yet another state tournament victory. And today, we mentioned it on the broadcast. Coach Flanders, you hit the ball 300 feet and you hit the ball about 30 feet.
Yep.
Talk about the ability of this team to win in a variety of different ways.
I try to tell people all year we can win in a variety of ways. A lot of people don't want to believe us. They think that we're just all about power. We're not. We got speed and we got smarts. And you know, I call those bunts. I saw a little weakness there, and I called those bunts. And they didn't just bunt the ball; they put them in perfect spots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one thing when you just, we're just going to bunt. No, we're bunting with a purpose, and that's what I loved about that. You know, it's a 5. We put up 5 in the first. They come back with 2, and then the game settles in. You know, and it stays 5-2 for a long time. And I'm like, all right, I'm changing it now. We're going to go to the small ball, and that's what happened. We extended that lead.
Hey, Coach, you got those 5 in the first inning, and then they come back with 2, like you said. Game settles down. This team defensively has been really, really impressive throughout the WPIAL playoffs and so far in states. Just talk about the gloves, because it's all over the field. It's not just like you have one player. And that play by Cass Adams in center field, that's Gold Glove caliber.
That's Sports Center there. Cassidy robbing that home run, bringing it back in. And then their girl tried to do it, too. It didn't work on Kenzie's, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I mean, we got solid gloves all over the field. You know, these girls know exactly what to do. They know exactly what's expected. You know, they put them on this is a beautiful field. This is turf. I mean, they're going to make the plays, you know, and that's what they do. It's just so smooth. I'm just in awe of the defense.
Cam Sprankle today, we talked a little bit with her about rebounding. Did you ever have any doubt that she would come out here firing?
None. Zero doubt. I knew Cam was coming out here with a purpose, and that's what she did, you know. She had, I don't know if you could tell on camera, but that inside pitch was money today. I mean, heat right on the hands. Got the strike call over and over again. I'm so proud of that girl. She just battles and battles. She's a warrior. You know, we got her back. I demand that airtight defense behind her, and it's a great team.
Offensively, another, double-digit run total for you guys. Again, spreading it out throughout the lineup. Multiple players with multiple hit games. Your offense, as we've talked about, 1 through 9, just an extreme challenge for any pitcher. And you faced a really good one here today, and you knocked her out of the game. Just talk about that offense.
Yeah, it doesn't matter 1 through 9. It's just okay. This girl's batting first. This girl's batting second. There's no difference, between 1 and 9. It's just where we're comfortable, and that's where the girls are comfortable. They know they're just going to roll the lineup, get the hit, and they just want to square it up, hit it hard, and hit your pitch. Don't chase, just hit your pitch. If it's a strike, oh well, it's a strike. 2 strikes, no big deal. We're good 2-strike hitters. You know what I mean? Just wait for your pitch and barrel the ball. And if she doesn't give you a pitch, then you just take the walk. Very disciplined, and just very proud of my offense. It's even better than it was last year, and and I see no stopping it.
Last question. Are you stopping somewhere to eat, and how fun will this bus ride be on the way home?
Yes, and probably the most fun we've had all season. Just awesome.
Well, congratulations to you, Armstrong head coach Doug Flanders. Another trip to the state semis. We'll see you there.
Thanks, Josh. I'll let you know if you guys want to come in.
And Mace, I'm going to sign off here. You can leave the camera on me if you'd like. Oh, Joe Rhodes in the background here. Mike Love from the Trib. Going to get into the camera as well. As Deer Lakes and Bald Eagle area about to square off here. But that's going to do it for us here on High Top Sports Network. Josh Schreckengoss for Joe Rhodes and Mason Flanagan. Make sure you join us on Monday. We'll be back for the state semifinals. That's as far as we can go with these Riverhawks, and we will be there. So thanks again to all of our great sponsors, Ryan Bowser State Farm, TGIF Solutions, UFP Parker LLC, Phoenix Physical Therapy, Katanning and Roll Valley, Sprankles, Neighborhood Market, Armstrong Indoor Athletics, Steffi's Country Catering, and Kling & Smith's Neighborly Drug Stores. That'll do it for us here from St. Francis University. For the rest of the boys at High Top, signing off.